Hi everyone, welcome back here again at Third Party and Supply Chain Cybersecurity Summit here in Amsterdam. I am Firoz from GR Global Group. Joining us here, Mr. David Oliveira from FortifyData.
Thank you.
How are you?
Thank you, very well. Very good.
David, actually you hosted one of the roundtable discussion, which is very interesting. The topic you chose actually very interesting. I have a topic here, third-party security evaluation focused on standard tools and resources.
Exactly.
Excellent discussion. I could see a lot of insight coming in, a lot of significant inputs during the discussion. And yeah, we will go more deep into that. But we'll start with, if you just tell me a bit about what FortifyData does as a company and your role.
Yes. So I'm the responsible for the FortifyData's operation here in Europe and also in the Middle East. So I'm the head of sales and channel partners as well. So FortifyData is a risk management platform. So what we do is we congregate and actively scan all the vulnerabilities seen on yourself and as well as your supply chain and throughout all the entire attack surface, and we bring contextualization towards it. What it means is that at the end of the day, you will be able to understand how you comply with specific frameworks, which items you need to attend, and how to prioritize all of them. At the end of this, it is one of the topics that we have discussed, we are able also to bring some sort of a quantification. It is important to make things a bit tangible. You can't improve if you can't measure. So if you are 1, you need to go towards 2, which might be better. So one of the giveaways that we have, and then it is also our strong belief in FortifyData, and the platform itself also allows that, is that you are able to bring your own metrics of quantification or quantify the risk. And this is very important. According to each one of the businesses and the services that your suppliers render. This is one of the good things that, among others, that FortifyData does. And another thing is collaboration. So there is a pedagogical need to embrace your suppliers towards the same rules and the same views towards security. And the platform allows you, because even the smallest suppliers are able to have access to their own review and interact with us and try to understand how they can meet together and worry about the same things and build a good, healthy ecosystem.
Excellent. Very intriguing on that. And following to that answer, my next question, I was just preparing a few questions, during the roundtable discussion. Like, how do you see the third-party cybersecurity risk landscape has changed in the past 2 years? I used to work in a Bank of Ireland, for when the pandemic happened, and I saw how our operation has changed on the time, when people work from home, and we had our third-party partners as well, and there are a lot of changes going on from their end as well, so it was very sudden, and a lot of adoption was required in a very short period of time to deal with those changes.
Yes.
And from my understanding, I think during those time in last 2 years, the risk factors, the risk aspects for organizations for third-party cybersecurity risk or cybersecurity risk in collectively has increased. I think it has changed a lot. Yes. So how do you see that?
Well, glad you've mentioned that. So if 2 years ago, there was a lot of talks about digitalization and the need to go towards digitalization. The thing is, COVID planted on our face. Yeah. We did not have the chance to think of how and when can we go into more digitalization. So all the companies, from the biggest one towards the smallest one, they all it landed on our face. Sorry about the expression, but this is it.
That's true.
So, and the thing is, the biggest challenge that you have these days is the following, and we fulfill that challenge, is you need to understand that all of your businesses are closer to the customer and closer to your internal employees. So it means that you have a lot of people working remote from home. You have a lot of applications published in the cloud that allow your customers to reach out closer to you, quicker, and with more insightful way than ever before. And because everybody, or most of the people now, are still in remote work. The thing is, the biggest challenge is how can you monitor? Because since it is so, you have, like every day, a completely different view on, for example, the number of assets you have exposed into the internet. They are constantly changing. We have to understand that somewhere, somehow, we are all humans and somebody will make a mistake. There will be new assets that you were not expecting that were published in the internet. They will show up. So the key point of this is, and one of the things that we do at FortifyData, we actively assess your supply chain. So what it means is that all the data that you have from them and that you can have from yourself as well, as also from your attack surface in the cloud, right, is actively searched by us daily. So it's live data. So at any time you are able to understand what's the level of risk and you can learn how to live with it. Can I absolve? Can I reduce? Should I transfer to other things like cyber insurance, for example?
That's excellent.
And this is even more so.
Yeah. No, that's what you said is very thought-provoking and couldn't agree more. Keeping that in mind, I would ask, like, what should cybersecurity and risk professionals be looking for regarding, their third-party risk at the moment?
Yes. So two things, very important things: scalability. Okay. One of the things that we need to understand is that until now, many of the companies thought that they had like 10 to 20 critical vendors. Mm-hmm. Now we have realized that we have much more. With internet and digitalization, you have a very big offer of software everywhere. Interactions, interconnections, reselling, cross-selling of your products using platforms and e-commerce platforms. So what it means is that you need something that is reliable, but also can bring you scalability, because you're not going to have time enough to monitor hundreds of different vendors at the same time. That's one. The second of all, and it's very important, is to bring them as partners. Bring them closer to you so that you, in a pedagogical way, can establish collaboration, make them understand what you require for them to work with you. And if they don't have the tools, be able to lend some tools. In this case, it is possible with FortifyData, and therefore you are building a healthy ecosystem. Although nothing is 100% infallible, there's always, it's like the mouse, the cat and the mouse. We're always running from it.
Yeah. No, David, what you say, mastering at FortifyData, what you're doing is excellent. And I understand what you said about the third-party risk. It has changed in the last 2 years. So when some organizations come to you, what you guys do to organization in order to prevent or reduce or manage the third-party cybersecurity risk?
Oh yeah, so one of the things that we do, first and utmost, we give them a granular view of their security. So you can take a look at their security or their assets and group them in different categories, from compliance-wise, from security-wise, and even financial-wise. So we have a lot of industry in the banking industry where they are investing a lot of money in mergers and acquisitions. So if they are breached, there is a direct impact on your performance, either because you have shares or you have invested money. So one of the things is that we fulfill these three main pillars, and we do that actively and with live data accordingly. Now, at any point, at any time, what we give you and the way that it is built, our algorithm, is that not only things that are seen now, but what can be done and what might happen, because we will correlate a specific vulnerability with another one and with another one, and we will try to understand it through artificial intelligence. If they come together, right, what can happen from there? Can it grow into something bigger? So we give you exactly the same methodology as a hacker do, but we are the good guys, don't forget that.
That's excellent. No, I totally understand what you said, and I just can't agree more. And yeah, you are doing an excellent job to how you manage and reduce the risk all the time. And so during the roundtable discussion, I saw that a lot of inputs, a lot of knowledge was going on, and a lot of information. People, they put a lot of very significant inputs there. Any takeaway you would like to share with us during the roundtable session you came across?
Yeah, so I think the most important and interesting thing about all the group, it was a very heterogeneous group. So we had like service providers, we had petrol companies, we had governmental institutions. So all of them although they started to kind of differ from each other, saying, no, we don't need quantification, it is hard, and now at the end, we all realize that there is a need for some sort of a quantification, whatever that might be. And most importantly, that needs scalability, because at the end, while we were continuing the discussion, we came across with the problem that your critical vendors are not only the big boys, the small boys, and they are even more so. There are more applications, more software, more e-commerce portals, you name it. So whatever, regardless of the size, they need to understand the same basic rules. And there's why, and this is one of the giveaways from our group, is that you need to work with them as partners, even build some training sessions with them and establish collaboration. Some of them might not have or can't afford the tools that others bigger can.
Definitely. It's a great chatting with you, David. We'll catch up more during the
Thank you very much.
Thanks.
That's
Congratulations.
Thank you. Congratulations. Thank you very much.